trying to get this shit right. Right. I know it take a little minute, but you gon' have your time.
Boom. It's popping, y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Last week, I don't really have an excuse for why I didn't put out an episode. I'm talking really low, so I'm gonna turn this up. I could also speak a little louder, but we're gonna turn the mic up. But that was my own laziness that kind of got in the way. I wasn't focused on the podcast. I was just focused on everything else but the podcast. So, yeah. And it was also a little bit of, I was supposed to have, like, I had a plan for it, and it kind of threw me off course when it didn't happen the way I wanted it to. And I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't prepare myself for that. So that's also on me. But yeah. So the original plan was to have the Sinclair talk and have that be like the last 2 episodes kind of thing. But Sinclair reached out to me and he had a TED talk the week we were supposed to record. So he reached out to me and was like, we'll just we can reschedule, so we'll find a time to do that. Next month is Men's Mental Health Month, so we're probably going to record. But I will say that this is the last episode of the season. It's been good, and I feel like, from February up until now, that's what, February, March, April, May, 4 months, and, I've missed 2 weeks out of that. So, I'm going to pat myself on the back because it's a lot of work. It's me doing it by myself. A lot of people have a team and stuff, and, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, it's a lot harder to do things by yourself. So, when I get in my feelings of, I don't feel like doing it, it is a battle against myself to say, nah, you got to do it. And, like, even today, I told my girl, too, I was like, yo, like, I'm not recording today. But, I'm here now. I was just playing the game, and that shit got me stressed out. And I was like, okay, instead of me staying in bed and, like, watching TV, let me just go do this podcast, get out the way. So, yeah. Yeah. But aside from all that, I didn't even introduce. What's up, y'all? Thank you for tuning back into another episode of Don Talk Podcast. I appreciate you guys as always. To my returners, thank you. To the new faces, welcome. Make sure you check out everything from the season before, or from the beginning of the season up until now. But yeah, man. Today I kind of I have an idea of, like what I want to start with. So I was cleaning out my room and like I had like a lot of clutter. So what I did was I was going through stuff and I found this like little certificate. It's kind of like an award thing from my after school job. And so at the end of the year, all the kids get awards and stuff, but 2 staff, Kayla and Sienna, they kind of took it upon themselves to do it amongst the staff. So, that was just like super cool of them because, although the staff get recognized like every month, it's still kind of like a good reminder of like, dang, like, I was still doing something like aside from that, because I feel like that's something, it's like employee of the month kind of thing, right? But this was more of like this felt more free. So they did that, everyone got an award, and my award was the Class Clown Award, because it's just, I'm a joy to be around, and if I like you, we're going to have a good time. But yeah, so it was the Class Clown Award, and I thought that was cool. Like, it was very fitting. But they put a quote on there too from Mae Jemison, and this is, I guess, one of the most famous quotes from her. was never be limited by other people's imagination. Never limit others because of your own limited imagination. And I don't know, I read it at the time, but when I was cleaning my room, I reread it and I was like, damn, like that's really, I feel like that's how I kind of operate now. Like I'm in a space where I don't, like there's a very high chance I don't care about what other people think, because it's like I don't know you and how you feel about me. Like you don't know me enough to judge me. So it's like, why would I care what you think or what you have to say? And I'm so grounded in my beliefs and my thoughts that I get to a point where I'm like, man, you can't tell me nothing. Like I'm not hearing the other side. I might be stubborn enough to, be stuck on where I'm at, which, isn't always a good thing, but still like I'm firm in my beliefs. So we can start with the first half of the quote, which is never be limited by other people's imagination. Like other people, like there are so many people that never do things because what other people tell them. Like me with music a little bit. You know, I told my mom like in college like I wanted to do music, and she was like, "Oh, there's no money in music unless you're like a music conductor or something." I'm like, but I'm watching all these rappers and stuff like make it big and make all this money. I'm like, bro, like why can't I be a big time producer, something like that. So that was my thing, but one of the reasons I strayed away from it was partially that, like I kind of let those words get to me, but I also came to a realization of whose dream is it. And I feel like I touched on this in one of my earlier episodes. Like that dream wasn't mine. It was just I saw someone with that and was like, okay, yeah, I want that too. But that wasn't originally, it didn't come from me originally. So I think that's where it clicked for me, because I was like, dang, well, yeah, that's not even, maybe that's not what I wanted. Like I don't know. And I guess it was like partially the fame and wanting to fit in. But I'm like, man, I don't care for none of that. Like, bro, I'm not on this earth to be famous. Or like, well, no, I'm here to make an impact on people. Like, and the people I meet, right? How do they see me? Right, like my close relationships. I know if I were to talk to all my friends, it'd be hopefully, no. I know it is all good things. Like there's nothing bad that they could say about my character, because I don't be moving funny. I don't be doing the wild stuff. Like I take care of my peoples. But yeah, so there's that. But yeah, I think it was partially, I let my mom's opinions or feelings about music get in the way of what I wanted to do. So yeah, that was a big part of it. And for the second part, never limit yourself, never limit others because of your own limited imagination. Same thing, right? Don't tell people they can't do it because you've never done it, because you've never tried it, because you don't know if it's gonna work. It might work for them. It might not be working for you. Like it's not my place to say, "Oh no, I tried that. It doesn't work." It didn't work for you. It didn't work for me. But it might work for that person, and you don't know that until like they gotta try that, right? And I will say, I I'm I don't know if victim is the right word, but I know there have been times where, like, okay, so there was one time in particular where my boy, he was kind of telling me about a situation. He was like, "Yo, man, I don't think you should do that," right? And he was right, but I feel like I told him, I was like, "Bro, like, I hear you, I respect what you're saying, but I gotta do this. I have to make the mistake to know it's actually a mistake, right?" And I've definitely mentioned this in another episode, but this actually, I got this from How I Met Your Mother, but like, yeah, man, like you'll never know if something's a mistake if you don't make it, right? Like being stuck in certain cycles and situations, you don't know it's a mistake until it's a mistake. Until you make it. Sorry, like, and then you could be like, ah, damn, like that was I messed up. I shouldn't have done that, right? And yeah, you could be cautious. You could listen to people, but I'm a big believer in like, damn, what if, right? Yeah, they tell me one thing, but what if I put all my faith in, right? Blind faith. If you have the faith of a mustard seed, man, like that could really do wonders for you. And I think that was a big thing because I'm like, man, y'all don't see what I see, right? I'm looking years ahead. Like, granted, yeah, we are supposed to be in the moment, but I'm able to, like, I'm looking years ahead. Like, I could see this happening, and it didn't work out, but it's like I could still see it happening. That's what I wanted, and I wasn't gonna let anything stray me away from that. Blind faith, trusting in something when you can't even see it, or you can't touch it. It's not, what's the word? Like you can't hold it. It's not physical. Like you really have to believe and trust that it's going to work out. So I think a lot of us need to practice more of that, man. Just taking that leap of faith. And yeah, it's gonna be scary. People are gonna doubt you. But they only call you a madman till it works. Till it gets done, and then it's like, oh wow, what a trailblazer, what a leader. So, hey, I don't know, call me crazy, but I'm saying there are certain things. No, I will start with this. There are certain things where you should take advice or listen to people, stray away from certain things. But I feel like a good part of life is about that experience of, damn, I'm doing it anyways. I'm gonna try it anyways. And if it don't work, it don't work. But if it works, I'm the greatest. I don't know. So that was something that resonated with me. Um, yeah, and I really like that. But yeah, I think that's all I got for y'all today, man. Just don't let other people put their boundaries on you. Like, don't let them box you in. And don't be out here trying to box in other people, trying to, crabs in the barrel mentality. That shit ain't cool. That is not cool at all, man. So, yeah, just be out here, spreading love and, helping people, leaving a positive, lasting impact on people. I think that's what we're here for, to leave an impact on people and hope that our message that we're projecting or carrying out gets picked up by someone else and gets to continue on. But y'all don't know about that, man. Y'all don't. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good, man. I love y'all. I know somebody gonna get it. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys as always. And thank you for rocking with me this season. I'm gonna take a break because I feel like I need it. I did start to lose the motivation for recording and stuff, and I don't like that. I want to be able to give y'all my best self, my consistent self and stuff. So yeah, I still got like other clips to post and stuff like that. So that's gonna be coming soon, and then yeah, man, we getting back to it, but. Yeah, we out here. So again, I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys, and definitely stay tuned for the next season of Don Talk Podcast. Man, I don't know what's going on yet, but we gonna see, and we gonna it's gonna be bigger and better than ever. So, all right, y'all. Peace. Sorry, I lied. Actually, Y'all know what time it is. It's Don season. Let's get it.
I know you wanna spend some time with me. I know you wanna take this ride with me. Please, please. I know you wanna spend some time.